It says there that a rectangular carbon block has dimensions of 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 50 centimeters. What is the resistance measured between the two square ends? And then next, what is the resistance measured between two opposing rectangular faces? So let's consider that the resistivity of carbon at 20 degrees Celsius is 3.5 times 10 raised to negative 5. Okay, so let's go first with A. So for A, we'll have this one as ganito po resistance is equal to rho L over A. Okay? And now since that's 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, okay, by 50 centimeters, okay, we need to consider that your cross-sectional area then is 1 by 1. Now, we'll go with in this way that the rho itself is 3.5 times 10 raised to negative 5 in ohm meter. Okay? And then after that, multiplied by the length of 50 centimeters. Can I convert that one directly to meters? So I would write there 0.5 meters. Okay? Divided by with the area of 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So, divided by, let's make it like this. 0.01 meter multiplied by 0.01 meter. So that all of the units there will be in meters. Okay? So now, with that said, rho L over A. Okay? So we can eliminate what? The meters and the other meter here. So the answer is 0.175 ohm. Okay? Now, let's proceed with this one. Next, this is the resistance, no? Between two square ends. Next is, let's go with this one. B. What is the resistance measured between two opposite rectangular faces? Okay, between two opposite. When it comes to the two opposite side, kasi you need to remember this, no? Example, we have a carbon block, and that's 1 by 1 by 50, okay? So let's say we have this figure. Yan. When you say resistance measured between two square ends, the resistance first was measured here, no? So the resistance was measured here and on the other side, okay? Then the next one is this resistance measured between two opposite rectangular faces. So meaning to say, we need to know then this is the resistance at A, and then the resistance at B will be this one at this side going on this side, okay? Two faces. So this one is at B, okay? So now the for this part, for B, here's what will happen. For B, it shows off that the resistance is rho L over A. Then the cross-sectional area is not anymore the 1 by 1 because its cross-sectional area for B is this one already. Okay, this is the cross-sectional area for that, no? Now, the rho itself is 3.5 times 10 raised to negative 5 ohm meter multiplied by the length. Length is what? The length is 1 centimeter or 0.01 meters. Because in this setup, the length is already this one, this part. Yeah, this is its length. And then divided by what? 0.01 meters by 0.5 meters. Okay? And that becomes the resistance. This is 0.7 times 10 raised to negative 6 or um, micro ohms. Okay? Teka lang. I'll check first. I'll check again, no? Sorry. It's 70. It's 70. 70 micro ohms or 70 times 10 raised to negative 6. Okay? So this will be it, your answer for this item. So let's eliminate this one and this one. Okay? So that will be your answer for number 5. And then we have another question here, letter C. A current of 5 ampere exists in a 10 ohm resistance for 4 minutes. How many coulombs and how many electron pass through any section of the resistor in this time? Okay, so the charge of the electron is 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19. Okay, so for C, we just need to apply the formula. Okay, ay mali. We just need to apply. Meaning, that since the charge is equal to current times time, okay, there, that the current there is 5 amperes, and then the time there is, let's say 4 minutes, but we need, for us to get the coulomb, we need the ampere second. Okay, so let's convert this one to 60 minutes, and this is 1 minute 2 second pala. Okay, so 60 second to 1 minute. Okay, that's it. And so the Q there will be it will be 1,200 coulomb, because coulomb is also ampere per second. Okay, and then the next one is that how many electron, that will be the charge per number of electron per charge. So that will be 1,200 coulombs all over 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb per electron. Okay? And so, this one is 75 times 10 raised to 20 electrons. Okay? That is the number of electron in this setup. Well, maybe you're thinking, no, that the information in number 5 was not important. Yes. Okay. Let's proceed with number 6. Calculate the resistance of 1 kilometer long cable composed of 19 strands of similar copper conductors, each strand being 1.32 millimeter in diameter. allow 5% increase in length for the lay or the twist of the strand in completed cable. Resistivity of copper may be taken as 172 times 10 raised to negative 8 ohm meter. You need to understand this. If you try to twist a conductor or to put it in setup, it will be longer than the usual. So there's a 5% of what? 5% increase. Okay, so let's go with this one. The original length will be increased by 5%. So let's have this one as 1.05 times 1,000 meters, and that will be 1,050 meters. Okay? Now, for the area itself, the total area will be there are 19 strands, 19 strands of the area of every conductor, which is pi over 4d squared. The diameter, let's put this one in meters, no? And that becomes 1.32 times 10 raised to negative 3 in meter squared. Okay? Okay, just leave it as it is, no? Oo. But for some reason, we're going to use this one for the resistance itself. The resistance is equal to rho L over A. Okay? So rho itself is 1.72 times 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter, then multiplied by the length of 1,050 meters. Okay? And then all over 19 pi over 4, the area, times 1.32 times 10 raised to negative 3 meter squared. So this is what? 1050 meters. Okay? So it shows off that the resistance is 0.694 ohms. This becomes the answer for number 6. Okay? Next to it, number 7. A lead wire and an iron wire are connected in parallel. Their respective specific resistances are in the ratio of 49:24. The former carries 80% more current than the latter, and the latter is 47% longer than the former. Determine the ratio of their cross-sectional areas. Okay. So we need to know this, no, that tawag ko dito. Since the densities, or may I say specific resistances, are in 49/24, okay? And let's have this one. The former carries 80% more current than the latter. So let's say um for that I sub 1, let's say it's simply I sub 1. So meaning to say that will be I sub 1 will be 1.8 of I sub 2. Okay? So now that will be the former carries 80% more current than the latter. So that's it. And then the latter is 47% longer than the former. So meaning to say that the length 2 is 1.47 than the former. Okay? But of course, the specific resistances are in 49/24. I put only first the former and the latter for current and length because it somehow when we get confused with the terms, no, we may get wrong with the answers. Okay, now that the resistances are R sub 1 over R sub 2 is equal to rho sub 1 times length 1 over area 1 all over rho sub 2 length 2 over area 2. Okay? Now, since the two conductors are in parallel, we can share that voltages of the same conductors are the same. Or may I say not the same conductors. Voltages of the conductor are the same. Okay? So, it gives us an idea that we have there, um, let's say, I may draw the circuit now. This is lead and this is iron. Ayan. Okay? So, let's say we have there, what's flowing here is I sub 1 and this one is I sub 2. Ayan. Okay? Now, what I can do here is to simply put it in this manner. How do we compute for the resistance? It's V over I. Okay? So, meaning to say V over I1 all over V over I2 because voltages are the same is equal to rho 1 over rho 2 times L1 over L2 times A2 over A1. Okay, so we can now eliminate what? The voltages. Okay, now let's continue. Meaning to say, it becomes I2 over I1. From the ratio we have here, the I2 over I1 is 1 over 1.8. Then rho 1 over rho t is 49 over 24. And then L1 over L2 is 1.47. And then the ratio of the cross-sectional area is A2 over A1. Okay? So A2 over A1 is simply 1 over 1.8 49 over 24 times 1.47. So, okay? And this one is 0.4. This will be its your answer for number 7. Okay? So, the next questions will be continued in the next video. Thank you very much.